Namuk, Namek, Ayua, 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 greetings. That's Malin Tanim, the community where I belong to. And as you can see through the pictures, that we are not individual community. We are collective. We call Anim, Malin Anim. Malin Anim means, Malin is Malin, and Anim means man, human. And Malin and Anim never be separated because Malin and Anim is one integrated individual and community. And as a Malin Anim, we have to be Animha, means the great man, the great human. And to be a great human, we have to have certain values. These certain values very much connected to our nature, our land, our ancestors, and our future generation. If we lost one of these aspects, means that we never be an Animha. So now, as you can see, this bag is the symbol of how we are all connected to one another. It contains different colors and it creates patterns. And this is the bag where we used to put everything inside. We have so many things in here. So every time you go to the village and then people will ask, what you have in your bag? Means it's not only what you have in your bag, but what you have as a knowledge of your custom, the values of your life as an Animha, to be an Animha. And that's very important. I live and I was grow up in the town, which is quite far away from the village. So I have to learn about who I am through the connection with my land, with my ancestors' journey, with other tribes, with other clans, in order to understand who I am. So if one aspect being separated from us means I will lose my identity. And that is the reason why we are in West Papua keep struggling for our own identity. It's not only about the political recognition, but it's all about the identity, about who I am, who we are. That's the main reason of our struggle. So you can see that yellow border line, it's very much created by the colonial empire. And they divided us to my sister, my Namuk Wantok, Rosa, because of this borderline. But they don't know that in the past, there is no border. And we just freely walk to the other side to have the traders, trading, and all the connection and relation we had in the past through our ancestors, the journey of our ancestors. They left the footstep, so we know exactly where our ancestors went through this big island. And when we talk about the relation and the connection between all of us, and I believe that today we are gathering here that because of our ancestors in the past already had that connection. I believe that. That's why I'm standing here, because of my ancestors in the past met your ancestors. I believe that. And then Malin Anim live in that area, southern part of the West Papua. And we are connected to the tribes on the side of PNG. So Rosa can tell you that we have the similar style of bag, and it means that we are connected. And that part of the place belong to the Malin Anim in the West Papua. And you must remember yesterday when one of the speakers mentioned about big palm oil plantation, a big food project called Merauke Integrated Food and Energy Estate. That is all about in the Malint Anim land. This is the map of the customary territory of the fourth Malint Anim, Malint Anim group. We are divided into 4 different groups according to our language and our ancestry line. So, we know exactly our rights, where we should belong, how, if we want to make the connection to other territory, we know exactly what we have to do because we have the custom. We know, and our generation to generation, they pass that knowledge about the connection and the rule. But now, all of this area, by the Indonesian government, they changed to become a place for food in order to, what they call the food sovereignty for Indonesia and for the world. So that's why they found our land and they said that, oh, it's empty land. There's no people there. There's no people. So just put the map and make the division of the land, and we will give this map to a part of the land to the list of the companies, about 26 companies, and it's affiliated to some of the multinational companies from China, from Singapore, and some Indonesian affiliation. So you can see that's all the map. Means that my people, we don't have land anymore because they take all of them. That's all divided into the different color, and that color exactly the name for the, and it's already numbered on that division, means that it's already belong to some companies. So you can see where my people can live. Shall we move to the ocean or where? I don't know, because we lost everything there. And they don't give us, they don't consult with us about what they want to do in our land. Okay, I move. This is only one cases of many situations in West Papua. My brother and sisters in other parts of West Papua also facing the similar situation. And that's the reason why we are struggling for political independence, but also for our rights and for our own identity. When we talk about the way we live, many people from outside, they come to our place and they put this kind of project because they say that, well, these people need development. So my question is, what is the definition of development? I did my study in environment development and policy in the UK, and I still argue with my professor about the definition of development. What is the development means? Why they should tell us about development? Because my people, my ancestors lived for years and years, and we have everything we need from our land. And suddenly they come and they said, well, maybe you should grow this rice and corn. It doesn't mean that we don't eat rice. We eat sagu, we eat sweet potato, cassava, and that's what we live. And it doesn't mean that we didn't eat rice, so then we are underdeveloped. We live with that food. We have our own food. For many years, the Indonesian government put the rice plantation program in West Papua and sending many Indonesian poor peasants to West Papua in order to grow rice. And then they teach us to cultivate rice. We are not from that kind of things. I mean, we eat our own food. They cut our forest, they cut our sagu forest and replace it with the rice. And our people can grow rice, but we are very expert on how to harvest sagu, how to catch the fish from our sea, our river, and we are very expert on how to grow sweet potato, taro, cassava. So why you should come to our place and tell us you should learn about how to grow rice. It's not us, it's not us, it's not our identity. For many years, we learned the story about our ancestor with the very big posture, physical posture, because they don't eat rice, they eat sagu, they eat cassava, they eat everything that we have in our land. And once they eat rice, we are become the poorest people in that country right now. West Papua have plenty of natural resources, but we are the poorest. And they said that, well, that's why they need development. What kind of development? I don't know. And I bought this. You see? You can see this Fiji water. And I asked my Namuk Maureen from Fiji, is this Fijian production? Who's actually benefit from this production? And I believe you know the answer. So this situation are going to happen in West Papua. That's why we need to stop this. And as a part of the region, we need to stop this kind of intervention with this kind of occupation. They thought that they can teach us about trading. We know our ancestors did the trading for many years. We have that. We have the shields that we used in the past as what is that? So it's just about the new system that they come and put in our place. So well, I will end it. This one Indonesian researcher gave the presentation about Malint Anim in one big national conference, and she told us about who are Malint people, blah blah blah. And then I asked her, "How long you stay in my village?" And he said, "I stay for a month." Oh, so who are you? Who gave you the legitimation to tell me about who I am? That's it. Thank you.